Episode 56, XA August 18, 2024. The California counties constantly on fire. In Episode 56, XA1 United States. Can I burn wood in my garden? What you need to know to get rid of waste. MSN Dan Brill, founder of Brill Law Group, also advises against burning wood in your backyard. 2 United States. EPA's annual air report highlights trends through 2023. 3 Alabama. 4 California. RAWSEP View of key excerpt from the article below. While lightning caused several recent wildfires of historic proportions, human activity is the source for a vast majority of ignitions in the country. Of the 20 largest wildfires in California, 7 were caused directly by people and 3 by damaged power lines. From the article title, half their land burned in a decade. The California counties constantly on fire. 5 Massachusetts, 6 Michigan, 7 Minnesota, 8 New England, 9 New York, 10 Vermont, 11 Canada, 12 United Kingdom, 13 India, 14 PM, 2.5 in human health. Main content, 1 United States. Can I burn wood in my garden? What you need to know to get rid of waste. MSN Dan Brill, founder of Brill Law Group, also advises against burning wood in your backyard. In many jurisdictions, local ordinances heavily smoke particles due to wildfires. In Western Canada, Livingetc Burning wood also presents a fire hazard, especially in dry conditions, he explains. And remember, even if the smoke blows away from you, its regulations vary from city to city, and wood and leaf pile burning may not actually be legal in your community. Burning wood also presents a fire, and the advice they've lent us contains everything you should know before setting fire to your wood waste. 2 United States. EPA's annual air report highlights trends through 2023. Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, particulate matter 2.5 microns, PM 2.5, 24 hour, 29% from 2000. Sulfur Dioxide, SO2, 1 hour, 92%. 3 Alabama Huntsville. Athens Fire and Rescue among responding crews to wood pallet fire in Tanner. WZDX. The fire involving wood pallets is burning near homes in the Tanner, Alabama area. 4 California. RAWSEP View of key excerpt from the article below. While lightning caused several recent wildfires of historic proportions, human activity is the source for a vast majority of ignitions in the country. Of the 20 largest wildfires in California, 7 were caused directly by people and 3 by damaged power lines. From the article title, half their land burned in a decade. The California counties constantly on fire. Excerpts edited by RAWSEP for brevity and clarity in relationship to residents against wood smoke emission Particulates, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. August 15, 2024. The park fire started in late July outside Chico, California, and in just 10 days exploded to become the 4th largest in the state's history. A map shows the perimeter of the park fire as of August 12, 2024. It stretches across Butte County and Tehama County in northern California. 3 years before, the Dixie fire grew so large that it became the first fire to leap over the Sierra Nevada mountains. A map shows the perimeter of the Dixie fire in 2021. It covers much of northern Plumas County, to the northeast of Butte County. In 2020, the North Complex fires, sparked by lightning in Plumas National Forest, destroyed more than 2,300 structures and killed more than a dozen people. A map shows the perimeter of the North Complex fires in 2020. And in 2018, the Camp Fire razed the town of Paradise and killed 85 people, becoming the state's deadliest fire to date. A map shows the perimeter of Camp Fire in 2018, which spread mostly in Butte County. These 4 historic California fires burned in Butte County, which along with neighboring counties near the foothills of the Sierras, has in the past decade seen much of its land engulfed in flames. A map shows perimeters of all wildfires since 2014. Since 2014, fires have burned through nearly 40% of Butte County, according to a New York Times analysis of wildfire perimeters. An even larger share has burned in 2 neighboring counties, Plumas and Tehama, and in counties farther to the west, including in the heart of wine country. Note, a fire's perimeter is defined as its entire outer edge or boundary, but that does not necessarily mean that the entire area within the perimeter was completely burned. Counties are shown with their relative sizes. Fires do not stick to county lines. The area that burned in Butte and Plumas counties is more than 4 times as large as the area that had burned in the previous decade, and the area burned in Tehama is more than 5 times as large. Over the past decade, most California counties have seen double the area burned compared with the area burned in the previous decade. It's not necessarily the case that more large fires are burning now than in previous decades, but the ones that do ignite are charring through much more land. A warming climate has fueled bigger and hotter wildfires, with increasingly intense spells of heat and drought turning forests into tinderboxes. The fire season arrives earlier in the year and lasts longer. Climate change and forest management are not the only risk factors. High wind speeds can enable fires to spread farther and more rapidly. All fires also require a spark in order to ignite. The movement of people into fire-prone areas near forests, grasslands, and shrublands has made it more likely that a fire will spark. While lightning caused several recent wildfires of historic proportions, human activity is the source for a vast majority of ignitions in the country. Of the 20 largest wildfires in California, 7 were caused directly by people and 3 by damaged power lines. 20 largest fires in California history. People were responsible for many of the state's largest wildfires. Fire year, acres, official cause, counties. 1st August Complex 2021 1,032,648 Lightning Mendocino, Humboldt, Trinity, Tehama, Glen, Lake and Colusa. 2 Dixie 2021 963,309 Power Lines Butte, Plumas, Lassen, Shasta and Tehama. 3 Mendocino Complex 2018 459,123 Human-related Colusa, Lake, Mendocino and Glen. 4 Park 2024 429,259 Arson Butte, Plumas, Shasta and Tehama. 5 SCU Lightning Complex 2020 396,625 Lightning Stanislaus, Santa Clara, Alameda, Contra Costa and San Joaquin. 6 Creek 2020 379,000 363,895 undetermined Fresno and Madera. 7 LNU Lightning Complex 2020, 363,220 Lightning and Arson Napa, Solano, Sonoma, Yolo, Lake and Calusa. 8 North Complex 2020, 318,935 Lightning Butte, Plumas and Yuba. 9 Thomas 2017, 281,893 Power Lines, Ventura and Santa Barbara. 10 Cedar 2003, 273,246 Human-related San Diego source. Cal Fire note, data accessed on August 12, 2024. The park fire is still active, and its acreage count is not final. Acres burned for the Rush Fire includes areas in California and Nevada. California's wildfire history is punctuated by both good and bad fire seasons, but the overall size of burned areas has trended upward. In recent decades, quieter fire seasons have been followed by explosive and destructive ones. Often, a small number of extraordinarily large fires account for much of the area burned in a year. In this year 2024, the number of acres burned by wildfires has more than doubled from 2023. 2 years of wet winters in 2022 and 2023 likely contributed to vegetation growth and the buildup of fuel. Intense heat in the weeks before the park fire sparked most days in July in Chico climbed over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, accelerated the drying process. On August 1st, the National Interagency Fire Center, which helps to coordinate federal fire response, issued new warnings about fire risk for this season, saying that it expects much of California and the western United States to be under significant threat through at least the end of September. 5 Massachusetts. Wildfire smoke from Canada prompts air quality alert for New England. The Boston Globe concentrations of fine particulates, PM 2.5, within the region may approach or exceed levels that are unhealthy for those groups, according to the parts of New England to experience poor air quality due to Canadian wildfires. Western Mass News reports of hazy skies. Poor air quality forecast for central Massachusetts due to Canadian wildfire smoke. Worcester Telegram people will likely notice hazy skies, reduced visibility, and the odor of burning wood. The EPA says the primary concern is high concentrations of 6 Michigan Detroit. Wood Creek Elementary in Farmington Hills weighs options after fire impact school year WXYZ, but investigators also found extensive smoke and water damage inside the building. The damage now means students are unable to use the building with 7 Minnesota. Thousands of people asked to avoid driving cars for 3 days. Newsweek, reduce or eliminate activities that contribute to air pollution, such as outdoor burning and use of residential wood burning devices. The alert 8 New England. Parts of New England to experience poor air quality due to smoke from Canadian wildfires. Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, burning wood is likely as the smoke plumes are transported over the region. During the times that significant smoke is in your area, it is 9A New York. Wood stove and fireplace ban for New York State? WYRK, wood burning furnaces. New York City is set to ban gas hookups in new. The Climate Action Council's draft scoping plan does not contain any 9B. New York, Long Island, East Hampton. Firefighters handle a smoky basement. The East Hampton Star. Upon arrival, we found a light smoke condition along with the smell of burning wood, he said on Thursday afternoon. 2 adults and a number of 10 Vermont. Air quality alert issued for Vermont. Unhealthy PM 2.5 levels expected. Country Herald. The National Weather Service, NWS, issued the alert as concentrations of PM 2.5, a fine particulate matter typically produced by wildfire smoke, are Vermont braces for poor air quality and cooler weather this weekend. Country Herald. The National Weather Service has warned residents that concentrations of PM 2.5, predominantly from 11 Canada, Alberta, Grande Prairie Forest Area wildfire update August 15, 2024. The Alberta Wildfire Blog. Government of Alberta. Smoke from wildfires in the northern areas of British Columbia and safe wood campfires within fire rings and campgrounds are allowed. 12 United Kingdom. Future Earth newsletter. Climate Q&A. Emissions, volcanoes, and EVs. BBC 3 bar charts showing top greenhouse gas emitters, according to 3 different metrics as described. What are the impacts of wood-burning stoves? 13 India. Cleaning up Bengaluru's air. Not a priority despite soaring pollution. The Hindu. Out of 16 cities studied for emission of particulate matter, PM 2.5. 14A PM 2.5 in adolescents with cancer. Air pollution linked to survival in children, adolescents with cancer. Cancer Therapy Advisor. 2.5 microns or less in diameter, PM 2.5. A total of 27,456 patients lived in high pollution areas, which were defined as zip codes with annual PM 2.5 14B PM 2.5 in sensors. PM 2.5 sensors market size and emerging trends. Economica. The study offers a thorough analysis of the PM 2.5 sensors market, complete with past performance information and forecast for the future, helping